In today's video, we're going to take a look at the dollar yen. I'll show you exactly where I think this market is headed over the next few days. We'll also take a look at the DXY and also the yen index. All right, so starting here with the dollar yen on the daily time frame, you can clearly see that we do have an uptrend for this market. Really, it has been trending higher ever since the first part of this year. You can see making higher highs and higher lows within this ascending channel down here off of these lows. And then we've got several highs off of this level. Now, currently, the market has not tested this area yet. So it's still trending higher, but it's not really at resistance. And furthermore, you can see where over the past couple months, we do have a trend line off of some of these lows. Okay, so you can see that the low right down here, we've got this one, this area, this one here, and this recent one. Now, furthermore, you can see where we do have some resistance that has built up at some of these recent highs right around 150. So this is kind of what the dollar yen is struggling with right now to break above, but I'm going to show you why I think that the dollar yen is going to break higher from this. And it all goes back to the 2022 price action. So looking here at the daily time frame, if we move all the way back here to October of last year, you'll notice this candle right back here, right? A massive red candle that formed back here. Okay, so this high up here all the way down here to the low. Now, the market has filled in, quite a bit of this already, all right? But look at the wick up here, right? This is still a considerable wick for the dollar yen. And wicks like this, especially when you're talking about a yearly high, okay, tend to serve as magnets for price because there is a lot of liquidity that builds up in this area, okay? So let's go ahead and call this up here liquidity. And typically what you get is somewhere in the 50% or better of that range, okay? So if we call this liquidity up there, so there's the liquidity from 2022, right? And you can see where we do have some separation between this area up here and current levels. Now, furthermore, this area right here comes in between 151 and 152, and we also have the top of this channel, which could come in all the way up here around 153 to 154. So this could obviously fail. We could see the dollar yen rotate lower. There's no guarantees in this market. But as of right now, you do have an uptrend, an established uptrend. So I favor looking for buys with this trend. You also have this area of liquidity from last year, and then you've got the top of that channel up there around 153 to 154. Now, let's take a look at the DXY, and we're also going to take a look at the yen index. And by the way, guys, if you are enjoying the content, be sure to smash the like button and also subscribe to the channel and click that bell icon for notifications. Okay, so looking here at the DXY, this is what we've been talking about in the VIP group at length. This area down here, right around 105.60. So this has been our key level in focus now for really months. And by the way, guys, if you do want my help with your trading, be sure to join our VIP group. I am running a special right now this month, 50% off. It does end October 31st though. So I'll put a link up in the top of this video. And in the VIP group, it is held in Discord. You'll get daily videos on 5 to 10 markets. You can see my trades in real time, exclusive setups, and really just ask me any questions trading related, and I will get back to you, typically within an hour or less. Okay, so looking at the DXY, obviously 105.60 has been critical ever since late last year. This is the level that we've been talking about. All right, so you can see that the market is finding this as support right now. It has been ever since the low back here in late September. Okay, so we know that the dollar is trading higher. It's also starting to break out today, right? You've got the high up here, this one through here, and then all of these highs over the last few candles. And so far today, we are getting that breakout following the retest down here at 105.60. Okay, so the dollar does currently look pretty strong. That could change obviously, but like I've been saying now for really months, I do think that the area for the dollar is back here on this candle. All of this unfilled wick, this up here is liquidity. Okay, so this is where I think that the dollar is headed over the coming weeks. Now, the one reason why the dollar yen might struggle a little bit compared to other dollar pairs, like for instance, the dollar CAD, is if we look at the yen index. Okay, now this right here, all right, and I've talked to members about this in the VIP group. In fact, I mentioned this yesterday when the market was trading down here. I said, watch for a potential breakout. And sure enough, we are starting to get the first part of that. So this right here is kind of like what the DXY is for the dollar. This is the yen index from FXCM. And you can see where from March, okay, we do have a trend line off of this high up here. It connects with this one. And then you can see where we do have a ton of wicks through this area. So the market has not closed above this despite all this consolidation here in October. Okay, so today could be the first close above this level since March. So what this means is that if we do see follow through from the yen, right, and we get something like this over the coming days, I mean, obviously these highs back here are going to serve as resistance, but if we get something like this where the market starts to break higher, then that is going to potentially drag the dollar yen down a little bit, okay? Now, also, there's no guarantee here. This could also fail. We could get, the breakout today, and this could rotate lower tomorrow and then just head lower, right? Which would be bullish for something like the dollar yen. So this is something to kind of keep in mind that, again, if we see this continue higher over the coming days and weeks, then a higher yen for the dollar yen, right, means that this may underperform other dollar pairs. Okay, so keep that in mind when you're trading, the dollar yen, right? That the yen is potentially breaking out to the upside, which is also why we're seeing some of those yen pairs like the euro yen, the pound yen, etc., start to rotate lower today. But all of that aside, though, I do still think, just looking here at the dollar yen and this uptrend that we've seen, obviously, nothing is guaranteed and this uptrend could fail, right? But looking at this wick from back here in 2022 and this pocket of liquidity, also the top of this channel later this year, I do still think that there's more upside for the dollar yen, especially if we see the DXY, okay, hold on to this breakout that we're seeing so far. All right, so this breakout today, especially if we see this right here, and the market can take out these highs and eventually take out 107.20 or so, right? These highs back here, if we can start to see that, then I do think that there is a lot of upside left here for the dollar yen, potentially anywhere from 200 to 400 pips higher. Now, let's talk quickly about what would negate that before we close out here. Looking at the dollar yen on the daily time frame, what would negate this would be if we saw today close above and then tomorrow or the next day close right back below, then this up here would be a fake out and we're likely looking at that move lower, okay? Now, also this trend line down here, I want to see this stay intact just because it is so well defined. So if we were to see something like this, break lower, and then close below this, a sustained break back below this trend line down here, then I do think we're targeting some of these lows. But I do think you'd have to be really careful shorting something like this that has been trending higher now for months. All right, so initial stages of a breakout here for the dollar yen. You can see that today trading just above that 150 level. I do think that this 150 area is kind of the one to break to see higher levels here for the dollar yen. All right, that's it for today's video, guys. I hope it helped. Once again, be sure to smash the like button and also subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to join our free Telegram group. It's a great stepping stone between what you get here on YouTube and also the VIP group. Once you're ready, you can join us in VIP. All right, I hope this video helped. Trade well this week, and I will talk to you again tomorrow.